Peace. As I told you, I was going to do a second upload, and I'm going to kind of freestyle this one. It's basically something that, was put on my heart to put out there. And so I'm going to do it because I know that, in everything, I'm not the only one that's going through some things and, some life-changing events and, trials and tribulations, fiery ones, and, sometimes, people can feel like as if it's just them. That it's only them because they're looking around at other people and everybody else seems to be moving through life without a problem. And, you trying to figure out what happened with you, why you seem to be stagnated and why you can't, do and have. And, it's not just you. All right. This lesson right here is actually something that I had to learn, and it's powerful. It's powerful in itself, and that's called beware of the help. Beware of the help. Everybody that says that they're out to help you, it's not so. It's not so. And sometimes there's an ulterior motive for the reasons why they're doing what they're doing for you. And I think that the reason why, matter of fact, I'm not even going to say I think, I know. I know the reason why I had to go through the experiences that I had to go through surrounding the help is because this girl always wants to help everybody, right? And I think that I mentioned, in one of my videos prior to this, that everybody is not meant to be helped. Everybody is not meant to be helped, okay? Just like everybody, doesn't have your best interest at heart. Some people are sent to be around you to be traps. I'll say it again. Some people are sent to be around you to be a trap, a downfall, a block, okay? So that you can't move forward, that you can't progress, and you can't obtain or reach your purpose. So, everybody that says they're here to help you, you have to be able to discern the truth from a lie. You have to be able to discern the character of the person that is saying that they're here to help you. And you have to trust in your discernment. Trust in your discernment enough to pay attention and accept the warning when it's given. I'm speaking by experience. I've been qualified to talk about this multiple times. And the reason why I had to go through it multiple times is because I didn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I had a hard time wrapping my mind around it. And the worst thing, I know now that the worst thing that you can do is to not trust your discernment, to second guess your spirit is the worst thing you can do. The second worst thing that you can do is operate in your emotions. And I battled with that. I battled with that thing because I can always see the good in somebody. But just because I can always see the good in somebody doesn't mean that I can always bring the good out of that person. Understand? Just because you can see the good in somebody doesn't mean that you can bring the good out of that person. And I had a problem with that. Because some of the people that supposedly was there to help me, I've helped them on numerous occasions. And they happen to be some of the people that I loved. So in no wise did I ever want to believe that they were going to hurt me and not help me. Never did I want to believe that they had an ulterior motive for doing what they were doing and calling it help. But my spirit was telling me all along, no. They lying. Don't trust them. From the beginning. But me, I was like, nah, that's not, they wouldn't do that to me. Not them. They wouldn't do that. Huh. Did I go through some lessons? Honey? I'm still going through some lessons. Okay? Some very mind-blowing, revealing lessons. The only difference between what I'm going through right now and what I was going through before, excuse me, is that I expected it. It was expected. Why? Because once you go through it already, and then you've been made to go through it multiple times because either you didn't learn and you needed to go through it some more, or whatever the reason. Once that happens, you put your guard up. Your guard is up now. And you start to realize, wait a minute, hold up, because I knew this. I can't allow this to happen again. I can't allow this to happen. Let me tell you, I've been betrayed, lied on, disrespected, taken for granted by some of the people that I love. Some of the people that I've helped. Giving my last, giving them my ear, giving them counsel, giving. I'm always giving. And it's not wrong to give. I'm always giving, but you gotta guard even those things in which you are giving. You have to make sure you know who you're giving to. Because one of the very most important things that I was giving was my energy. I was giving so much and they was taking so much that I was left with nothing. I was left with nothing and couldn't seem to get it back. Anything. Couldn't seem, just giving it away and not seeming like I couldn't get it back. So that's the difference between, then and now. I expected this. Help to not be help at all for me. But a lesson for the other party. And what does that mean? What does that mean? Because you see a person and they might not have it all together, right? It doesn't mean that you get to use them. And it doesn't mean that you get to treat them any old kind of way because you know that they're in a vulnerable situation, a vulnerable state. That's a mistake for a person to make. Because you don't know why that person is going through what they're going through. You have no idea. Some of these things that seem mediocre to you, or some of these things that don't seem, that strenuous to you or that overwhelming to you, is a mighty, mighty lesson to the person that's going through it. Because it's meant for them to. It's meant to open up something inside of them that they need moving forward. You got to be careful of who you play. If you're plotting, if you're a plotter and a schemer, then I'm talking to you. You better be careful on who you're using and you're plotting and you're scheming on. You better be careful because you don't know what your end is going to be. And this is not, no type of threat or nothing, but understand that sometimes the people that you dealing with have a spiritual calling over them. They have a job to do. And these tests and these trials and tribulations that they're going through and they're experiencing during this time is for their benefit. It's for their benefit. And they're not to be touched. They're not to be mocked. They may have to go through some humiliation and they might have to go through some rough times or whatever. But they're not to be mocked. They're not to be humiliated. Even though it's going to happen. The person that's doing the humiliation, though, you're going to pay for that. Because these people are not to be touched. They don't even have to say anything. Action is going to be taken. They don't even have to say anything. All they have to do is feel. All they got to do is feel. If they get their feelings hurt. If they feel insulted. If they feel betrayed. They don't even have to say nothing. They don't even have to open their mouth and say anything. Because it's going to be taken care of. I know this firsthand because I've seen it firsthand. Things was taken care of, and I didn't even know what the heck happened until after the fact. And now I'm sitting there like, oh, snap. Did that just, wow. And it's swift. It's always swift. Before a person can even fathom what happened. Beware the help. Beware of the help. Everybody is not there to help you. Some people are there to bleed you dry. Take all that they can take till there's nothing left. Always be sure that saying is try every spirit. Always be sure that you've questioned everything and then question it again and then question it again. And if you feel that something is off, listen to that feeling. There's nothing wrong with that. It's better safe than sorry. Some things you're not going to be able to prevent. So for that, I'll tell you, just be careful. Make sure that prayer stay on your lips. Make sure that you are meditating. Some people choose to meditate. Make sure that you meditate. Make sure that you're able to get in your closet, so to speak. And make sure that you take that time and be still so that you can listen to the warnings that come, because they do come. There is no circumstance that you will find yourself in that a way hasn't been provided for you to get out. You just have to be thoughtful, consciously aware of what's going on around you and inside of you. Okay? Some people are there to harm you, not to help. Some people are there to use you, not to help you. Some people are there to so-called help you just to boast about what they are doing for you. Supposed to be helping you, but talking about you like a dog. Supposed to be helping you, but plotting and scheming. supposed to be helping you, but they making you feel disrespected, unimportant, like you don't matter. You don't have a say because they're helping you. Be careful. Be watchful. Be wary. Because people talk a good game. They speak good words. But they don't mean none of that. They don't mean none of that. These are the times that we're living in. And these are some of the things that we have to be careful about. Other people and their false help. These are the things that you have to pay attention to. These are the things that you have to question. And it's nothing to get angry about, because just know that, there are many out there that are being used to do another type of work. It's your job to be aware. It's your job to question. You won't have to be angry if you see it already. You just have to operate strategically to get yourself out of the grips of the so-called help. Smile. But do what needs to be done. To break free of that so-called help. How many times have I experienced it? How many times have I seen it? How many times have I had to talk to somebody about it? How many times? It's so real. And it's crazy though, because like I said, I had to learn to not second guess myself. Why? Especially when I'm in the face of, people that I love. If I feel it, at the end of the day, it don't matter. It's because you love somebody don't mean they love you. Just because you have somebody's best interest at heart doesn't mean that they have your best interest at heart. Just because you're helpful doesn't make other people just as helpful as you. Just because you have pure intent doesn't mean the next person has the same pure intent. These are the things that I had to learn. Just because I'll do doesn't mean the next person is going to do. These are some of the things that I had to learn. Just because I'm a certain kind of way, it doesn't mean that other person is that way as well. And I had to be checked on several occasions. Because I was making decisions out of emotions. And I think that I spoke on this as well, too. You can't make decisions out of emotions because every time you try, it's going to be wrong and it's going to hurt you at the end of the day. You have to make righteous judgment, meaning remove the emotion. It doesn't matter, mother, brother, sister, cousin, auntie, uncle. It doesn't matter. You have to make righteous judgment. And if it doesn't feel right, then it ain't right. If it doesn't seem right, it ain't right. If it don't feel right, it ain't right. And it don't matter who it is. And it don't matter what they say. Point blank, period. We are not living in the times where we can, I don't think that. You better know. You better know it. There's no, I don't think that. We ain't talking about thinking nothing. We talking about knowing. We talking about feeling. We talking about your intuitiveness. These things that you just know. These things that you just feel. These things has always been a part of you and you've ignored it. And then you get your feelings hurt because you just don't understand what happened. Why would they do that to me? I don't understand. What do you mean? Why would they? You were warned. You knew that they were going to do that to you. But you didn't listen. You knew it, but you didn't listen. You let your emotions cloud your judgment. You don't have anybody to blame for that but you. So if you don't understand, the only person that you don't understand is yourself. So that means that you need to go within now. There's some work that you got to do. Because why didn't you believe yourself? Why didn't you trust you? Now you need a timeout. Because you didn't hurt yourself. Who does that? So now you need a timeout because now you got to figure out why was you just in the business of hurting yourself? You knew that this was going to happen and you didn't do anything to stop it because you let your emotions cloud your judgment. Now you got to fix it. Got to be careful and you got to be wary. All help is not help. Just like all that say they are good are not good at all. And we have a whole lot of that around. We have a whole lot of people that say that they're one thing and they turn out to be another. We have a whole lot of people that get caught up listening to their emotions and not their observations. It's time to change that. It's time to change that. Because the moment that you do, those people won't want to be around you anymore. They're not going to want to be around you anymore. Then you have some that's bold. They're going to try it again because they're not going to believe, what? They didn't trust me. Let's try it again. They're going to try it again to see if they're going to get the same response, the same reaction. And you can't be scared. You got to be bold and say what you feel when you get approached by the so-called help or the so-called good person. You got to be bold because it don't take that long when you operating in your discernment. Within the first 5 minutes of somebody being around you, you'll know who they are. You'll know whether you want to continue to entertain them or not. Within the first 5 minutes, it really just doesn't take that long. Some people are a little bit trickier, so you got to spend a little bit more time discerning the energy. But for the most part, it happens quick, and you could put things together real quick about who a person is and what they want and what they're trying to do. You can put it together real quick, just as fast as somebody else would know that somebody's lying. It's almost like they got a antenna to detect liars or something. A bullcrap meter. Some of us, use our discernment to the fullest, and we operate, with that discernment, and we know sometimes we get caught up because we just can't believe that our friends, our family would do anything to hurt us or to betray us. Well, I'm here to tell you that some family will be the first to do it to you. They'll be the first ones to do it to you. So you got to be careful. There ain't no respect to person when it comes down to it. You need to discern. You need to test and try every spirit. I don't care who they is. I don't care what they talking about. I don't care what smooth words they're using. I don't care about the heartwarming words that they're saying to you and the offerings that they're trying to give to you. You need to try and test every spirit. I don't care who they are. Because when you do that, you'll save yourself a lot of trouble. You'll save yourself a lot of heartache. You'll save yourself a lot of pain, unnecessary nonsense. You'll have peace of mind. And I don't know about you, but I enjoy my peace. I am one who can stay to herself. I don't need to be around a whole lot of people. I don't entertain folks. I don't do those things. I had my time when I was young. And let me tell you how I enjoy my peace. So I'm not one that's readily allowing anybody to come in and disturb it. And I don't care who you are. I don't care what you think you're doing or what you think you're doing for me. It doesn't matter. Because I'm going to tell you just like this. I don't care what's happening with me. I don't care what's going on within my life. If I detect anything, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to get angry. You're not going to know it. But I will remove myself from out of a situation right quick. I'm not wasting energy on anybody. And if you think that you're doing something for me that wouldn't be done otherwise without you, I think you should think again. I think you should think again. Because everything that I've had to endure it for a reason. And I know what my purpose is. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know what and why I'm supposed to be doing. And every situation that I'm in. Every situation that I'm in. I'm going to say it again. Every situation that I'm in. Every trial and tribulation that I have to endure. Every loss. Every betrayal, every disrespect, every heartache, I understand why I have to endure it. I understand why I'm going through it. And it doesn't make me less than the next person. But what it is doing is blessing me. I'm benefiting from all of it. Every bit. So don't you ever think that you're going to disrespect me or put me down or any of that. And I'm saying all of this so that the next person that's going through the same things that I'm going through, this is how you should be talking. This is how you should sound every day. Do not allow anybody to come into your circumference and take your peace and cause you to miss your blessing because they claim they're coming in peace. Because they claim they're here to help you. And once you realize that that's not so, don't get angry. Even though it might make you mad, it might frustrate the heck out of you. You might be hurt. Your feelings might feel, you might be betrayed. You might feel betrayed. You might have multiple different feelings, but do not allow those emotions to control you. Smile at them, honey. Laugh at them. Because you know you're in. But do they know theirs? I will not waste my energy on anybody. I will not allow anybody to snatch what's mine, what I've endured for. And it is, in my opinion, that you don't allow it either. Just like you got into this mess, just like you've been assigned these trials, these tribulations, you're going to come out of it. Trust. Be watchful. Be careful. And with that, family, peace.